Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I am Shae the Red and I am here with the super awesome and amazing Cyborg Valkyrie. How are you doing today?
I am awesome. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. And today we are joined by the excellent, marvelous, magnificent Greg Schoen with his awesome, totally... your
Say
fucking
awesome
bunny ears, they're killing me. Your bunny ears.
How many more times do you want to say awesome? This is great.
Awesome.
I love it.
So awesome.
Super awesome.
The other awesome thing is when you hit the countdown, at the same time I hit the countdown, and it just sits there and does nothing.
I know.
And I'm eating shit while I sit there and wait for it to go. Okay,
so
go ahead.
Funny.
Do your job.
Wow. Okay. So how are you doing today, Greg?
I'm great. I'm awesome.
That's great. So before we get going in your... Seriously, every time, if I ever have bunny ears or antlers or anything, people are like, oh, it's a furry. Like, I could not be less furry right now. I don't know what you want from me, people.
She's a metallic, not a furry.
You are officially our first crossplay cosplay person. Yeah. I just can't get over it, man. I keep looking.
Yeah, that's kind of the train wreck that was my introduction, was I just could not get over it.
I'm very distracting. It's okay. This is less distracting than when I was Frigga Bunny. That was significantly worse, but I was painted up like an Easter egg, so nice. it was rough. So before we go into your campaign, we were going to watch your video because
awesome video
because I can't stop saying awesome. So we're gonna watch your video because it's honestly, it makes me so happy.
Cool.
I was just waiting for a fly to land in one of them. Just hanging over.
I love how they just stare at each other, just so happy. They're like, we're playing music, guys. All right. How about you tell us about the Wraskles Song of the Banshee Artist Edition?
Okay. So first of all, thank you very much for having me on the show. I love it. I really appreciate it. Kurt really appreciates it. Glad to be here. Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Okay.
We'll see if you say the same at the end.
Yeah, right. Like, bye. So Artist Edition is a very special limited edition thing. It's limited to 100 copies. Basically, the Wraskles are going to Ireland. They've been invited to play a music festival, and when they arrive there, the town that's hosting the festival is actually under attack by the mysterious Banshee. So the Wraskles, who were cursed in the first book, Crossroads at Porksburg, by a demon goat, basically has to go and figure out how to deal with the Banshee in order to make it big internationally. The book, comes complete with the book. You get 5 cool stickers. We got 2 new ones in here, along with really cool logo sticker and the band.
I like it.
Yeah. And each book, just like for book 1, comes with a sketch of a random character by Kurt inside the book. It's not a print. And
wow.
he'll also bang off a random sketch card for you of a character. So that's it, man. This book is called the Artist Edition because if you can see the artwork here, it's all Kurt's original art line work with some basic test lighting. It's the full story with all of the lettering. You'll get that. But basically what we wanted to do is we wanted to show people how we actually make this book. Because we've had a lot of people comment about book 1, about, first of all, the quality of the book. And also Kurt's amazing. Okay. He hates it when I talk him up, but the guy is hyper talented. I think we're onto something really original that you're really not seeing in the, crowdfunded space right now. And we do this book a little differently. So usually in a modern, he is awesome. Usually in a modern comic book, a script writer would write a full script, hand it off to the art team, and then they would go panel by panel. But actually Kurt and I do it a little differently. We do it a really old way. We do it in the old Marvel style that like Stan Lee and Kirby used to do. I write a good Wraskles story. I don't dictate at all what Kurt is going to draw or not draw. I just write a good Wraskles story, a short story, a prose story, and Kurt interprets that and does all of the original line work. And then I go back and I add the dialogue. And so then Kurt takes that and finishes the book. And what that does is it creates a very unique, different pacing of a modern book. And I think it gives us a really unique product, so to speak. And it gives us characters where, you look at them, you go, well, Max, he's the fat drummer who likes food. Tony's the egotistical lead singer. Alana's the girly girl. And Rosie's like, the nerdy tech. But then because we're both adding all of these flavors to them, I think the characters are really, really cool. And they really come out as really strong when they could be very easily stuck in a pastiche.
Yeah.
Shae, I didn't know that you were in book 1.
Are you referring to this little adorable glowy demon thing?
Yes.
I'm not even remotely kidding. I wish I would have cosplayed this simply because I think it's awesome.
I saw
cool,
that.
right?
I literally thought she's gonna do this. It's gonna be another black makeup.
Just gonna do a whole lot of black with some bright green and see if I can really up the green screen halo effect.
So we have a question from the chat, and I think it would behoove us to answer it now.
Okay.
We have Unhinged, which I know is Jason.
Good job.
Where's book 1? I missed something.
Actually, good question. We're actually selling book 1 on this campaign as well. So you can get book 1 with a bunch of stickers and a sketch card, or you can get the limited edition of book 2. So we didn't want people to miss out on the opportunity of having the origin story, which is this book, as well as the new book, the Song of the Banshee Artist Edition.
Right. So everything that you're seeing in color after the page numbering started over is book 1.
That's book 1.
Yes. And the top, the black and white with just a limited lighting effects, is the artist's book 2.
That's right. Yeah.
So here's my question. Let's say that you want the artist edition of book 2. So you back that. Are you able to add book 1 on before you check out?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah,
yep,
so all
they're
of this
both up
is
there.
the artist edition.
Yeah. The story for Song of the Banshee is pretty funny. I think they're both funny. It's a real challenge to write this and to make the gags work. But Kurt and I have very similar senses of humor. and we're both really kind of dedicated to a certain tone for these books, which was really, I gotta admit, I like how you picked up on the energy of the Wraskles. They're so happy all the time.
They are. It reminds me of like when you were a kid watching cartoons, like back in the 90s, and you always like you'd have the cartoon where everyone's just super happy, and then like horrible things happen to them, and they're still happy. You're like, what is wrong with you? Like you should be upset right now. And they're like, this is okay. We can get past it. Everyone. You're like, oh, I kind of hope more bad things happen to you now. Like
fun is the number one priority here, guys. Like it's if Wraskles is not screaming when you see it, this looks fun, then we've done something completely wrong. You know, it's we want everybody to enjoy it. We would love it if this was, I always point out, like from my age, when I was a kid, you know, everybody had a Captain Carrot or a Richie Rich or an Archie lying around somewhere. And you know the parents would sit down and like, you know, after they put their coffee on it, pick it up and like look through it and get the jokes. And you know the kids were reading it too, and that's exactly what we want with this. We want these to be just laying around for people to be able to pick up and just get the Wraskles and just have a good time. You know, there's no real deep message here. You know, this book is about continuing on the journey of the Wraskles to try to be teen pop punk rabbit superstars while they, you know, deal with supernatural beings. And if you can't have fun doing that, then I don't know how to help you.
It's totally fair. Eddie Winkler, thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat. We always appreciate having you around. He said, who did the music? I want a video or a cartoon.
I'm not sure, but we bought that music from, you know, you can get those, you know, commercial vendors or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Kurt did all the animation. Kurt's a professional animator. He teaches at a school. He's a director for Cartoon Network. You know, he's done, you know, crazy huge properties. He got the proprietary rights to the music. And as for a cartoon, that's obviously, you know, something that is a future goal. We have a lot of future goals with the Wraskles. The first and most important is, when it comes to the indie space, we want the Wraskles to be, if people go, yeah, it's an all ages book, they go Wraskles. Yeah, you know, it's a fun book. It's, you know, it's Wraskles. It's an anthropomorphic, it's Wraskles. We just want people to have in their minds, especially in this space, right, where it's this new market and it's, you know, people are trying to like have their little chunks. We're trying to carve out a little niche of fun in that space where people understand that Wraskles will always be there. There's always every 3 months going to be a new book. And if they want, they're always going to be able to catch up on the story and have fun.
Right.
You know, another goal that we've made is, yeah, of course we want to make it an animated series. So because, you know, Kurt understands that business, we're just waiting until we have the right amount of content to show somebody so that we can make sure that when the animated series does happen, it is Wraskles. We're very, I know it sounds weird, but Kurt and I are very committed to the tone of this book.
Right.
And we don't want to give it to another company and then, you know, have them kind of manipulate it and make it something that it's not.
Right.
So
no, you want it to stay pure. You want it to stay all ages and accessible and still something that, you know, like the old school comics, you always had the jokes that were kind of great for the parents who were watching alongside the kids or reading with their kids. And so the parents aren't bored to tears. Eddie Winkler, thank you again for the $5.
Oh, thank you so much.
Says, gonna back this book tonight. Good luck with the campaign. As a Blink-182 fan, the bunny art and punk pop thing is right up my alley.
Dude Ranch, man. Dude Ranch is a huge influence on me. It's great album. Yeah.
We also had Unhinged point out there aren't actually any add-ons at checkout. So if they go to buy the second book, they can't add the first book onto it to save
Oh,
on
really?
shipping.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to do that then. Sorry, I thought you could do that.
Yeah,
You
so
absolutely can,
to,
but you have to manually set it up, and it's like a little bit of a thing. So if you need any help doing that, once we're off air, we'll be happy to help.
Well, that's
absolutely,
awesome.
and that way people can save on the shipping, because you can just combine the two together and put it in one Gemini mailer instead of trying to ship out two separate packages and
that's
all
cool.
of that fun stuff.
That actually reminds me of something that is important with this campaign. You know, Kurt and I, we don't put the books up until they're pretty much finished.
Yes.
So we are going to ship this book and hopefully have it in North American customers' hands by the holidays.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So the first book, we were really proud of ourselves. We got it out, boom, exactly like we promised. And we did that by having it done and having the stickers done and just needing to send it to a printer and then, you know, complete the fulfillment. Because like I said, we just, you know, if you notice, the price point is very affordable and, you know, the quality of the book is really high. We just want to get it out there, and we just want to have the content rolling, and have this continuous thing where we're pumping fun out into the atmosphere.
Well, and that's the thing is having these kinds. So this is something that I've noticed. There's not a whole lot of really good quality all age comics that are out on Indiegogo or Kickstarter right now, that don't pander, that are just for fun. And we've started to see a good amount of them. Like we have Justin Dutton's Unstitched. His book, everybody who's read it has been talking about how amazing it is. I can't wait to get my copy. I also get a Nightmare Bear with mine, and eyes glow in the dark, and it's really creepy, and I'm excited. So, you know, we've got stuff like that. And I think that the route that you're going is really kind of not Adult Swim, but Cartoon Network. You know what I mean? So it's definitely the before 8 or 9 o'clock at night, when everything is still kind of fun and accessible, but it's later in the day. So you're not trying to hit like the 5-year-olds. Like 5-year-olds will watch it and enjoy it, but you're hitting more the 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds.
Exactly.
And everybody can kind of enjoy it.
Yeah. We're if you want to look at a modern equivalent, I would say look at something like Gravity Falls. Okay. Where you know the characters they have conflicts, and with these characters, they are teenagers. So
exactly,
there is no people who are, you know, kids 8, 9, 10, but whatever, are going to enjoy this because they're going to have the conflicts.
Exactly.
If they don't have those conflicts while they're experiencing all of this supernatural stuff, for a kid, it's not going to ring true.
Exactly. Well, and that is so true. So Jason just pointed out another one, Brickabrack. So Brickabrack is one that has been trying to get funded. They did last year, right around Christmas time. The whole thing deals with Planet Christmas and evil nutcrackers that are trying to destroy everything. The art alone, I backed it because I was like, oh my goodness, I need this artwork. It is so stunning, despite it being geared towards a younger audience. And the concept is actually pretty advanced, but I love it when you have all ages or kids books and they don't pander to children. They address real life issues that kids deal with, and then they just kind of help them resolve and see it through. Yeah. Because that's how you get kids to develop and mature and push
There's
forward.
Conflict, but not boobs and guts.
Exactly. There's an age-appropriate conflict that kids are going to go through, because people who think that they don't are completely out of their minds. Kids are going through all kinds of stuff. They see what's going on in the world. They see all of the violence that, you know, the news alone is impossible to ignore for children. And so being able to kind of address it on a much lower scale and get them to develop resolution tactics and kind of understanding how that works. That's so awesome to see. And I love that you're doing this with humor and bunny rabbits and punk rock and all of it. Like I 1000% could see this being one of those cartoons on Cartoon Network. Like it feels like it would fit in.
Yeah, that's exactly what we think too. And you know what, you're right on when it comes to trying to not pander. And it also is really hard not to have a bunny kick something's head off. It's because it's a comic book.
Right.
And, the Wraskles are a band first. They are a group of good friends who want to be pop punk superstars. So those rabbits, no matter what they experience, whether it's a demon goat or a red fox who's been transformed into a banshee or an oni, in the future, we never want to go violent, because that's not who they are. You're not going to have them pick up their guitars and start braining gremlins. They're teenagers thrown into a situation. They've been cursed.
Right.
And it's a great challenge to make the book exciting and action packed and deep without the violence. Mm-hmm. But I think at the end of the day, not only does it make it more unique, where we're not going to that, mm-hmm. It makes it kind of more accessible and fun for everybody.
I agree. I think it's a tricky thing to do effectively, but when done well, I think it really lands very well. You know what I mean? Like when it's good, it's good.
Yeah, 100%. And it's you got to substitute that, and right. We substitute it with humor. So we try to make it more funny, where people don't mind that there's no real physical confrontations between two groups, and how they resolve their problems is how a band would resolve their problems. They're not necessarily battling the supernatural, as more using gifts that they've been cursed with to find solutions to the problems that the supernatural are presenting.
Absolutely. I think that this is, it just seems like such a fun story. So let's go over, I know that there's only a few tiers and then you have original art. I really want to make sure that we cover them.
Sure, let's do it.
Simply because your original art is probably the cheapest I think I've ever seen somebody put original artwork up. And so if you are somebody who wants to own original artwork from something that, especially something that could do very, very well, like an all ages accessible book that doesn't pander, that can be a pretty big hit. And you guys could own some of the first bits, especially what if it turns into a cartoon later, action figures, all that kind of stuff. You guys could end up with where it started, and for very, very inexpensive. So let's go over what everything is that the people get. So you have your featured perk.
Yeah. So the main thing here is book 2 artist edition, limited to 100 copies. So we're under 70 now, I guess, remaining. Comes with 5 stickers and a random sketch card. And yeah, it's great. I love that cover. Probably when we do book 2 proper later, we're going to make that a perk as a poster.
I could see that.
Can't you see that on some university student's dorm room wall?
Yes. Or like hang, and then later when they grow up and they do go to like college and stuff, you're going to have that on like a throwback of this on one of the bulletin boards.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that's so cool.
Well, and I like how he's so like egotistical that there are 4 members of this band, but for this poster, it's just him because damn it, he's the lead. He's the guitar lead. Like he is what Tony, the Wraskles is. It's his game.
In his mind, in Tony's mind, they basically serve his purpose.
Yeah, I got that when I was reading through, and he was like, it's a big break. For me. I'm like, oh gosh, you're terrible.
Yeah, you guys are gonna ruin this for me.
It's my break. Okay, do you not understand this? Like, what is wrong with you? My break. It's like, wow. Okay.
He invokes the name of the late great Kurt Cobain, and he sees himself as Justin Bieber's rival. So he's always comparing himself to Justin Bieber. I bet you Justin Bieber doesn't have to deal with this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but does the Beaver have tattoos?
We haven't seen the Beaver yet.
Oh my gosh, the beef.
Possibly in the future, the beef might make an appearance, which will really irk Tony. Yeah, and the one in the band, they're all so used to Tony's arrogance, but the one in the band who really can't stand it is Rosie, because she's so put upon by him to do his hair, to fix his stuff, she's always carrying his equipment. So yeah, she's not happy about it. Max and Alana don't really care too much, but
yeah, so Max, from what I gather in the 5 minutes that I spent reading this, Max loves food, and that's kind of where his interest stops. And this chick is just super happy all the time, and everything is just fantastic. Like, the day that she seems pissed, I think is going to be a real big shocker for the series.
Which one? Which girl?
Was it Alana or?
So Alana,
yeah,
the tall one. If you, yeah. So she, the one you're cosplay up. So she is like the sweetheart of the Wraskles. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess something we should go over is when the Wraskles are cursed in issue 1 to face the supernatural. Basically, they're all given a supernatural gift. So Rosie is given the gift of sight. So Rosie can see the supernatural and communicate with the supernatural. Max is actually possessed by a really know-it-all ghost. And so every time they encounter something in the supernatural, this ghost really, really wants to show his knowledge and tell them kind of what they're up against and where the thing comes from. Alana, she received a purse that you can see on her character with a little daisy on it when she was 10 years old from her grandma. And that purse has now basically been changed into an interdimensional trap.
Okay.
Yeah. And
like all women's purses. So
yeah, don't go in it. So as Alana is like the sweetheart of the group, she's also, you don't want to make her mad.
Like, and I feel like she's like always going to be so happy, and then there's going to be one day where she's going to get pushed too far, and she's like, "Don't make me open the damn purse." Okay.
That's the thing. Like, yeah,
like, I will.
There's a scene in book 1 where it kind of explains like, yeah, you don't want to piss her off.
I will put you in this purse.
Yeah. Alana's the one that you don't want to make mad. And then you have Tony. And Tony has been given a gift, but he doesn't use it because he doesn't think it's cool. and he doesn't even he won't tell anybody about it.
He won't tell anyone what his gift is. Okay. Because the next question was, what's his gift? But
you got to wait to find out, but it's really, really funny.
That's book 7.
No,
my goodness.
I think it'll be book 3.
Oh, so coming up soon.
Yeah, book 3 is going to be a story where the first half is a story featuring Tony and Max, and the second half is a story featuring Alana and Rosie. And it's going to kind of they're really fun, but it's going to kind of expand a little so people can learn a little bit more about the Wraskles as characters and what they can do and who they are.
Awesome. Jason has a question for us. He says, is this slated as ongoing or a set of limited stories?
Ongoing.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it'll all, we have it planned out to 6. And we're hoping to go beyond 6, but the story will play back. So issue 1 is going to relate to number 6. We just don't want to hammer people on the head with it. We want somebody to be able to pick up issue 2 and not have to have read issue 1.
Okay. Eddie Winkler, thank you for another $5, sir. Forgive me as I'm doing 10 things at once and trying to pay attention. Did you say that you can add book 1 as an add-on? If so, I don't see it.
I was wrong.
We are going to help correct that issue. So check it out about 30 to 60 minutes after the stream ends. We should be able to help walk Greg through correcting it, and so you guys can actually add it on. It just takes a little bit of doing. It's a little complicated to try and explain live. So
right, not only that, but it's gonna, kill the stream with dead air of, okay, do you see this? Okay, click this.
Okay, look over here. Click that. You see that? Okay, type in there. So we're gonna do that off air because we love our viewers and don't want to bore you to tears. Also, happy Blobfish. Blobby, how you doing, sir? He said, I don't know what all this is. Thank you for joining late in the stream and being confused. But my one and only question is, will this ever be an ebook? All of my reading is done on my phone. If not, I hope it still does well.
Well, Blobfish, here's the deal. So, I'll give you a little backstory. So my first project was a book called Raygun that was published through Arcana. And before that, it was actually a digital series for the first 3 issues with Alterna, Peter Simeti's company. But I ended up, ending the deal with him because I didn't like having a black and white book as a digital book, really. So it was printed. I can tell you right now, the first issue of Raygun that was printed digitally, I don't think however many you sell digitally, but the week after it came out digitally, I found it on a pirate site, and 7,000 people had read that book. So Kurt and I will never put the whole thing up digitally.
Okay.
Unless somebody scans it and puts it on himself, we're never going to do it. We will never send the whole book anywhere. We just won't do it because if you want to make a digital book, you want to sell it. I mean, my first book, Raygun, you can get digitally on Comixology. It's 6 issues. It's about a kid named Matthew who finds Nikolai Tesla's fabled death ray. It's a great project, but that taught me, if you want to make a project and a product and you want to sell it as a print, don't do it. Don't put it in a digital form. Because it can get tricky. I know some people don't mind and other people do. I definitely think do what you feel is best.
Yeah. Do what's right for you and for your project. We see a lot of people do digital, whether that works out well for them in the end or not. I mean, that's for them to say. There are solutions out there, but they're kind of still cumbersome in terms of being able to copy protect your digital work.
Yeah.
So I can certainly see your point of view and obviously the customer's point of view. So yeah, that's a catch-22. The only thing I can tell Blobfish is buy the book. Take pictures of it with your phone. You can scroll through it all you want, blow it up as much as you want. Just do it in your gallery. There you go. And don't share it.
It'll be fine. It'll just be a little extra work on your part. Also, I was going to say, Chris C., thank you for the $10. We appreciate you very much, sir.
Hawkman with a mask, I think, right?
Yeah.
Corona Hawkman.
That's how he rolls. He's just being protected.
One thing I will say is that we've tried to keep the price point for everything highly affordable. Like you mentioned, the original artwork. If you look at the book, I mean, in America, you're only you're paying $15 plus $5 shipping, and you're getting we make the books really good quality, best paper, best cover, blah blah whatever, good stickers, because we want to have this rolling content and we want to make it affordable so people don't even think about picking up the next Wraskles. They know what they're going to get. They know it's going to be a quality, fun product. There's no second thoughts. And the only way to do that is to make it affordable from the jump and to make it so that somebody will buy it to put on a coffee table. And to have it where people know after they buy it, they're going to get it very quickly.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. No, I am not Barb's sister. I am Alana, the super happy, don't fuck with me tall one.
She's
from the
Wraskles.
It's fine. So we also had book 1 that is insanely affordable as well.
So this one, perks, stickers, you get the sketch card. This one is the completely done book with all the full color. It's the origin story of the Wraskles, Crossroads at Porksburg. It's really, really fun. It's gone over well with everybody. And we're offering it because if you want to start from the beginning, you can start from the beginning. If this is something that you think you want to give to your kids and you want to have them start out, this is a really good thing to get. And like I said, ideally, you would just have this on a coffee table, or you would just give it to somebody and they would pass a million of them on, to other people. So
Right.
we keep things affordable because we want people to be able to easily access the material. And also because Kurt and I aren't, we're not trying to make some sort of rock star lifestyle off of this. We're trying to make a fun property that we can just continue to work on.
No, Jason, there are not patches yet.
Well, look, I'll try to get Greg to do patches when he does the proper of book 2, because I'm not gonna lie, I would totally have a Wraskles patch with the logo.
With the logo, yeah.
I like
That's
it.
a great
Look at
idea.
that. That'd be so cool. I got a guy. I have to say it every show.
That's a really simple patch to do too. So it's not like it's not going to break the bank.
That's a great idea.
It would be great. I will give you Tony's contact information off air as well.
Yes. While I'm walking you through creating the add-on, she can talk to you about Tony.
I'll tell you about Tony. He's a good guy. We like him. Everyone. Oh, here we go.
Oh, look, Greg.
It's fantastic. Past Master Dan says would make a great cartoon. Yes, it would. I believe we've said that a bunch.
It's almost like the artist has experience with
just like a little bit of experience doing cartoons. So this is what I was talking about with your original signed inked drawing.
It's cool, right?
Converted to US dollars, you're looking at about $38, guys.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's 7 by 10.5 inches. It's if you framed it, and you put it on your wall or you had it on a desk or something, they would go really good. We got 2 Alanas. I love the Rosie one. She's jamming out.
She's so cute.
Yeah, and I think we have a Max left. Yeah. So they just show the personality of the characters so well. The Tonys went really quick. As soon as we put them up there, boop. Yeah, Tony got the Tonys got taken pretty quickly, but
oh gosh, that one's a great one with him just chilling, like, yeah, I'm amazing, and I know it.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, everything's affordable, everything's quick. We make sure that the books are done before we ship them out, and we just want people to enjoy it. We just want people to have fun and understand that it is what it is. The tone will always remain the same. They will always have a new adventure. There will always be Wraskles. We're hoping to do 4 of these a year, pretty much. Every quarter, we're going to have another one coming out. And even if we do get it as an animated series, we're still a comic book creator. We're still going to be making the books, but instead of the books, instead of the series supporting the books, the books will turn into another variation of the cartoon.
I really like this concept. I think that it's going to be a really great ride for everyone to kind of get in on, and it's just fun. It's just so much fun, and so I really hope that you guys do well. It's on the low end, but I understand that you're trying to keep everything really affordable, and so I personally appreciate that. As somebody who has backed too many campaigns, if I'm gonna be honest, I love the fact that this is affordable enough. I could be like, I just don't eat out, and then I can totally get this comic book instead, and that would be so much more fun. It's a really fun kind of concept. I think it's going to be great, and I'm really excited.
You're stuck on the word fun, like I was stuck on awesome.
I am.
It's hard not to. They're
fun.
Bombastic. Yeah, it's a bombastic pop punk experience.
It's awesomely fun and
it's awesomely fun and bombastic. We're just going to throw all 3 of them together, and we all have all 3 of our buzzwords. So we have a question from Jason. He wants to know, what were some inspirations for the concept of the characters?
That's a good one. And I got a really great story for you. So I was 2 years ago at San Diego Comic-Con. It was my first time ever going to San Diego Comic-Con, and I went as a creator. And for 2 days, I sat at the Arcana Studios booth, which was right beside the Hasbro booth, which was awesome.
Wow.
Sitting there selling my book Raygun, and signing them and just talking to people, and just it was amazing. This crazy experience, right? And the guy sitting next to me was Kurt, and he was selling his book Goblins. And for 2 days, we just sat beside each other at SDCC, just making each other like crack up. We had all of our lunches together, all of our dinners together, just did not stop talking for 2 days. I'd never met the guy before. I didn't know him. And we just really got along. And on the last day when he was leaving, he said, "Hey man, do you want to work together?" And when creators talk and they get together and they're sharing ideas, that's usually how the conversation ends. Hey, someday we should do something. And it never happens.
Oh yeah.
Well, with this, a week later, he literally sent me pretty much this without the title, and he said, "Here you go. Here you go. What do you think?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. It's like rabbits, And he said, "Well, I think maybe we could have them like solve crimes or something." That was the extent of the feedback. Maybe crimes. I don't know. What do you think? And
are they committing crimes? Are they solving crimes?
We don't know.
Just crimes. Crimes in general.
I thought about it. First of all, not the biggest Law and Order fan, and scaling up what they would have to deal with is like, do we really want these rabbits investigating homicides?
I want to see the rabbit doing a cross-examination in a courtroom. That would be awesome.
They're all standing around a corpse with these big smiles on their faces. Like, who's going to do the autopsy?
Oh, look,
whose turn is it?
Yeah. So I was like, dude, I don't know. So I thought about it, and then it just slowly gelled into, there are these rabbits, and I got the story going, and he liked it. And for the inspiration for the characters, they kind of wrote themselves. I mean, the Kurt is so strong at characterization. It's like I said before, people will look at the Wraskles and they'll just go, "Yeah, okay, I get it." And the more they look at them, the more, first of all, they think they're funny, which is great. Yes. And also the more comes out. I mean, he's so smart. Look at their t-shirts, right? Like each one of those is instantly memorable. They all have a color. They all have they're all rabbits, but they all have a different shape, really. Mm-hmm. He's a genius when it comes to that stuff. And so basically just the characters started writing themselves as I came with the ideas of who they were and what they were going to do. You start with the archetypes with a band. So you're going to have a roadie, you're going to have a bass player, you're going to have a drummer, and you're going to have a lead guitarist singer. And so those naturally come through what they would be like. Mm-hmm. But then, like I said, with our creative process, me just writing the story and Kurt sending back the images of the story is a lot different than me writing a full script and telling what's going to be in every panel and what everybody looks like every panel and what they're doing. It gives Kurt the freedom to interpret the characters his own way. And then when I get his interpretation of my interpretation, I can add another layer onto the characters, and that's what makes them special. That's
right.
what they
I mean, that's all about trust in your artist and how your style as a writer. Not only it's both those things. So if your style as a writer is very visually telling in what you're trying to describe, or if you trust your writer or your artist enough to completely conceptualize it on their own, then you can absolutely do that. I mean, I've seen projects everywhere from the writer sitting with the artist and being nope, almost, kinda. No, not that. No, that's shit. Go back to the beginning.
Do it again.
And some just do like you. They turn in, a script and maybe a few short directions or something like that, and the artist just has a free hand. And when you have a really strong artist, they can definitely do that for you. And sometimes you're surprised.
It's the trust, because you can have an artist that's highly skilled, but the communication isn't there. And I got to have 2 solid days just talking about influences in comics and making jokes with somebody. And in those 2 days, especially because it was Kurt's first SDCC2 and his first time sitting at in this crazy event, just, talking to people about your work and then sharing, wow, did you see that kid? He really, really liked that. Why did he like that? And, oh, that was awesome. Good for you. And then we had that. And a lot of times now with this digital age, you'll find an artist on a site, or you'll do you want to work with me? I want to work with you. You're not having that same simpatico sitting there over lunch making each other laugh.
Right. It was like a 48-hour interview that you did with the guy, basically.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And it's, I passed.
I love it.
Well,
now I want to read Raygun too. Is that out on any pirate sites that I could find? Or?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Raygun's on Comixology. It's 6 issues in one book. It's a I love it. It's a very highly personal story to me. And I think you can get it for like $2.50 or $3 or something now. So you get a quarter. Is what you're saying. It's a steal. It's right, if that. But but
what if I send you a dime directly? Will you just send me a PDF?
I'll send you the book. But
it'll be an American dime, I promise.
That's a cool story as well. I think you'd really, really like it. A lot of action in that one. A lot of action. It's like a Hollywood movie.
I don't know why. I just have a thing for Tesla stories. Probably,
Me too.
It's my aesthetic. Cyborg Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So, even back in the steampunky stuff, Borderlands and all that kind of stuff. So Tesla, really anything with Tesla, I'm all over.
Well, if you like Tesla, you'll love Raygun Man, because it was kind of inspired by I don't know why, but years and years ago I went on this Tesla kick where I just couldn't read enough about Nikola Tesla. I don't know why. I really don't. And I really got into it, even buying a book of all his blueprints and schematics of all the things he was going to make, and, finding out about his theories. And, it didn't end well. He tried to marry a pigeon. It wasn't the best ending, but in Raygun, everything about Tesla is factual. And and in Raygun, all of the organizations are real, and the world and what happens to the protagonist, and he has a drug addict mother, and he's sent to live with his father that he's estranged from. He doesn't really know the guy. That's how the book starts, right? And so it's a very, very deep thing. And the only thing that isn't real in the whole book is the Raygun. So it's really, really cool, because it's a different side, and I think you'll like it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That is awesome. I have to make Shae buy that for me. Thank
you. Jason is changing up. Normally he asks if you were a tree, but he has changed it to if you were an animal, imaginary or real, what animal would you be?
Probably, I don't know, a liger.
A liger, of course you would. Why not be two things together that should not be that somehow still are?
So does that mean we have to answer two? Because I'm not going with a hybrid. Otherwise, I'd have to pick beefalo or something like that.
All right, yeah. What's your answer, Si? I'm curious now.
Probably a dragon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you're just gonna go for the easy one, of course.
Oh
yeah. My joke answer? Platypus.
Sure. Oh my god, what's your real answer?
Probably something really stereotypical, like either a wolf or a hawk.
So a dragon. Understood.
A dragon. Yes, a dragon.
I knew it was going to be a dragon. You're bitching because I stole your thunder. I knew it.
Jason goes, no, it's for the guest. Damn it, stop answering. Rude.
We let him answer first, asshole.
We did. We let him answer first. We were very sweet, and guest was first, but we haven't answered that one yet. And I always said the tree answer for me was redwood because, I'm giant and a redhead. So.
And yeah, giant. And some more giant. I'd be a bonsai because I'm small.
Because you're small and and you're a weeb deep down.
I'm small and twisted.
Oh my goodness. Well, honestly, Greg, this seems like a really great campaign, and I'm excited to see it finished. For the book 2 to be done. Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm talking the second
Oh,
campaign.
yeah.
Good thing you brought that up. I was going to ask you, and it came up earlier in the chat, and Shae wouldn't stop talking, so there we are. So they were asking if this is really the end of the campaign, or if you're going to extend.
We're gonna put it on in demand because we have enough to print the 100. And that was the whole goal, right? I mean, the whole goal is to get what we want to print and to put it in demand so people can always just come back and pick it up. So, there's just under 70 left. That's what will be there to sell.
Okay.
Awesome.
So for those of our viewers who are waiting to pick it up until after this is done, maybe they forget and they go a week. It's still going to be there in a week.
Should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Sai, do you have any other questions for our awesome guest, Greg?
I do not, but I pulled up the instructions for adding an add-on to your
book. Good for you.
with pictures. So we will be taking care of that immediately when the stream ends. Faithful viewers, we will take care of it.
Just give us a little bit of time and then some time to make sure that it posts up for y'all. But I'll tweet it out and tag back to this video so you guys will know when that's happened. Jason's ready to back the second the add-ons are added on.
Thanks, man.
Well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us, Greg.
Oh,
this
no,
has
this
been
was
an absolute
great.
pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great. Real fun.
I definitely want to talk to you again when book 2 proper comes around.
Oh, for sure.
I gotta try like either the Banshee or one of those little gremlin things from book 1. I gotta test my chops with my cosplaying because they're so much fun.
I want to see you do the green glowing effect with the green screen and see
I'm gonna make it happen. It's gonna be awesome. I just have to fuck around with my settings. It'll be great.
So, when Shae was flipping, it'll be awesome. So and bombastic.
bombastic and fun.
When Shae was flipping through your campaign, I noticed it was converting from Canadian dollars. Is this shipping from Canada or the US? I know that.
Yeah, shipping from Vancouver.
Okay. All right. We get that question a lot, so I figured I'd throw it out there.
Nice.
I'm in Japan, so I can't help with that. So
are you really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I thought when I checked your campaign, it said you were in something valley, and then I looked that up, and I thought it said you were in California. I don't know why.
No. Kurt lives in Vancouver, and I'm in Tokyo.
Wow. What the hell is the time difference where you're at?
I am in the future, and I think it's going on about 11:30 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I was making sure we didn't have you at like 6 a.m. or something.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Well, now I want to go hang out in Japan.
Have you been?
Yeah.
No, I am. That's like
should.
on my bucket list.
Everybody should. I always say that to everybody is like, you should just go to Japan. Just go chill.
I'm gonna have to now. It's been recommended, obviously.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, thank you for the $2. Have a great night, all. You too, hun. We love that you stopped by. Thank you so much. And I will make sure to post when we have that add-on there so you can grab both books because I know that's what I'm looking for too. So
cool.
Absolutely. And no, not Ohio, Japan.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
I had to grab the low-hanging fruit. I, of course, know what he was saying in Japanese, but I just had to fuck with him. All right.
Anywho, thank you so much for being here, Sai. Thank you very much for co-hosting and running the chat. You are awesome.
You're welcome. And he's a Ronin. He's a wandering warrior in the land of Japan, writing for his upkeep. And
I like it. You still have horse yet, so you could be the samurai. Oh my god!
Did that have a crown on it?
It did.
Yeah, we went to Universal Studios Japan last weekend, and this is the popcorn holder.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, it's amazing! Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna end the stream because I want to talk all about Japan, but I'm gonna do it off air. So if you have not yet backed the Wraskles, please make sure that you go and pick this up. This is looking like it's going to be a great book and definitely something that you're going to want to keep up on. Not to mention original art that is probably the most affordable original art I think I've ever seen. Go grab it. before it is too late. We've got about 70 copies you said left?
Just under
67.
70, yeah. 67, yeah.
There you go. So if you're wanting, you're gonna have to get in on that before they hit down to 0, because this is a limited run.
Yep.
Well, thank you again, Greg, for being here. Thank you very much to Sai, aka Alex. I appreciate all that you do. And thank you to everybody in the chat, everyone watching on replay. We love you guys. We couldn't do this without you. And we will catch you all next time. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.